Hey guys, what's up? Today we've got an integral and it's 1 over the square root of the square root of x plus 1. So when I tried to solve this integral, I initially wanted to get rid of that inside radical, and I said, well, let me try to do x equals w squared. So this is an implicit substitution that I'm making. I'm letting x be something that I don't see, in this case w. You could just say it's w equals square root of x, but it's essentially the same thing, but it just allows me to get the dx a little bit easier. So dx is equal to 2w dw, and if I substitute that into the integral, I get 1 over the square root of w plus 1 times 2w dw. That's okay, but it's not quite where I want to be. So I'd rather get rid of the plus 1 inside that radical when I make the substitution. So if I go ahead and let x be w minus 1 squared, when I square the w minus 1 under the radical, I'll have a w minus 1 plus 1 under that radical in the denominator. So that leaves me with 1 over square root of w in the bottom. And now my dx, if I differentiate with respect to w, so differentiate x with respect to w, I'll get 2 times w minus 1 dw. So I actually get something that's a little bit easier to work with. I could have done basically the same thing in the previous substitution. I would just had to do 2 substitutions back to back. This is equivalent to just saying that w is equal to the square root of x plus 1. So basically I just let w be what's under the radical, I guess you could say the outer radical in the initial problem. So that's what I'll have to do if I ever get back to taking w and then getting back to x. I'll substitute in w equals square root of x plus 1. So just taking the integral we have there, we can just go ahead and rewrite that w, 1 over square root of w as w to the negative 1/2. We can pull the 2 out of the integral. Distribute the w to the 1/2. We get w to the negative 1/2 distributed inside the parentheses gives us w to the 1/2 minus w to the negative 1/2. And I can integrate both of those fairly easily just using the power rule. So the power law would give me w to the 3/2 times 2/3, and then w to the 1/2 times 2. And now I just substitute back in what w was, and we said w is equal to square root of x plus 1. So I just substitute in w there. Now I can distribute the 2 inside the big parentheses, and I'll get 4/3 times the square root of x plus 1 raised to the 3/2 power minus 4 times the square root of x plus 1 raised to the 1/2 power. Of course, those are both radicals, but that's how I solve this problem. Thanks.